Thank you for that introduction, Jedi Footman. The first feature I will go over is a very simple improvement that was a port from the Spark firmware, and that is latching main switch capability. So basically, you can set in the master config if you have a master switch that's momentary or latching. Since I don't have a Saber with a true latching switch, I'll demonstrate by pushing and holding this as if it were latched, and then release as if it were unlatched. Here you can see it's on, and the instant I let go, the Saber goes off. Another improvement in the R4 release is in the addition of a blast weight parameter, and this allows you to do the easy blast feature with much less effort, allowing configurability on how you want to set it. For example, my main font has the blast weight set to 100 milliseconds, which was the default hard-coded value for R3 in previous. And here you can see, once you did another blast, by the time you swing again, it's already out of the blaster mode. This is fine if you want a font where you're going to be mostly doing the not blasting. However, if you have a font set up just for like blasting attacks, you may want that longer.
Essence. And again, dual core.
In this font, it's a great font, by the way, Adigan dual core, and it pairs well with my very nice teal green color. And here I have this blast weight set to over a second, so you can see. You can see how easy it is to trigger those blasts, and that's my FX mode as well. One more improvement of the R4 release is an addition to the FX mode. In previous versions of the FX mode, basically whenever the FX mode started playing, if you do a swing, that will override the sound. And while personally I really love that for the quotes modes, in case the people are blabbing, you want to do something else, you can override it. I don't find that as good for the like the droid or the ambience modes, like the winter modes. And so I've allowed a parameter where you can define if you want the swing to override it or not. So here's the original way.
Episode 1.
So let's see if we can get Qui-Gon to talk here. And see, the swing will override him, make him stop talking. Now with the droids, which is on my
Adigan dual core.
Adigan dual core, you can see that let's get the droid. And see, that way she's playing the droid sound. This allows you to have action-based FX modes versus like quotes-based FX modes. The next improvement I'd like to talk about is the new Saber Cinema enhancements. In the previous versions of Igniter, Saber Cinema was engaged by pressing the main button on any font with Saber Cinema that was enabled. And this would mean that the instant you activated your Saber for that font, you would be in Saber Cinema. Now Saber Cinema is engaged by holding down on the aux button until the Saber Cinema starts playing. What this means is when you still press the main button, or latch it if it's a latching switch, then you will just get the normal Saber operation. Meaning that any Saber can be attuned, any Saber font can be attuned with the Saber Cinema, allowing for a unique Saber Cinema experience for each Saber. For instance, this first font, which is just my standard Jedi font, I can use it as normal, or I can engage the cinema. And this font has all my Saber Cinema tracks. Hold down the aux button to turn off Saber Cinema. Now, tapping the aux button will go to the next font.
Essence, Episode 1.
And since this is Episode 1, I have decided to put a Episode 1 specific Saber Cinema. This also has the FX for some Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan Episode 1 clips. And of course you can use the Sable as normal.
Training to become a Jedi is not an easy challenge. And even if you succeed, it's a hard life. Essence, Episode 2.
Also themed Saber Cinema experience for Episode 2. And then if you have a font that doesn't have any Saber Cinema fonts on it, holding down the aux button will just do nothing. But, of course, you can still press the main button to use the font. One more improvement in the R4 release is in the general audio quality. I made a few improvements so that no matter what color you've chosen, even with weird pulsing, etc., you will not have any noise on the audio output stream. While later I will follow this up with a video with my powerful condenser mic showing the clarity, this will just give you a quick example.